Hello and welcome to another lesson on Learning Wagtail, provided by LearnWagtail.com. In this lesson, we're going to start exactly where we left off in the last lesson. This is part 2 of the homepage. So we already did this. Great. Now, what we want to do is this part, and we're just going to make this rich text and a little bit of a title. What we're going to do is start on the back end first, because we started kind of with a template the first time. Now I've got my home/models.py file open. You see class homepage, and I'm going to add a couple of fields in here. So my story title, doesn't have to be called that, but that's what I'm going to call it. As a character field, max length is going to be, I don't know, maybe 40 characters tops, and the default is going to be my story. And then I'm going to have the actual my story part. Let's maybe call it my story content. And Copilot thinks that we should have a text field, and they're not technically wrong. We could use a text field because when we look at the design, there's no rich text in there. There are no links. There's nothing in there. We're going to use a text field. Max length is going to be 800-ish, and then as always we add a field panel. Now what I would like to do is show you how to use a multi-field panel, and it's going to look exactly like this. Good job, Copilot. Something is not quite right. There we go. And then we just need to do this. So a multi-field panel essentially, and I'll show you exactly what this looks like in just a moment, is we're going to put two field panels in its own little section that makes it a little bit more collapsible with its own heading. So it's a little easier to read, and I personally love this feature, but we need to go and import it. So we're going to import a multi-field panel. And if this is your first time experiencing a multi-field panel, all it is a list, a Python list of standard field panels. That's all it is. And then we add a heading, and Wagtail takes care of the rest. Let's go ahead, and we're going to make migrations. We're going to apply migrations. And in our admin, refresh the page, scroll on down, we're going to see there's a section called My Story, and it's collapsible. Right? These other sections, not so collapsible. I mean, kind of. I mean, one-on-one they're collapsible, but not together, right? So we can collapse these together. So we're going to say my story, and the content is going to be a lorem ipsum, and then I'm going to put a couple of line breaks in there in lorem ipsum. Publish. Now we go into our template, still not there. Classic. This is because we're turning a template into a Wagtail website, and we don't have that in there yet. So we're going to go and steal that code. This is the my story code from the original design. So all I'm going to do is copy that, head on over to my home page, scroll on down to somewhere comfortable, paste, and instead of my story, I'm going to put page.mystory title, and that matches. My story title, my story title. There we go. And in here, I am going to do page.mystorycontent. Now we're going to notice that, first of all, that icon's gone, so we got to fix that. But those new lines aren't in there. So when I go and edit that page again, those new lines aren't respected. So what we're going to go and do, first we'll fix that icon. So we're going to use static. We've done this quite a bit already. Assuming that icon story is in the static images folder. So let's just close everything up. Go into our project. Static img, and it's called icon story, and it's right there, that little fella. And then in here we're going to add a pipe, which is a way for Django to access not a template tag, what is it called, a filter. And we've done this with rich text, I think. If we haven't, we're about to. And in here we're simply going to write line breaks. All right, that's starting to come together, but not quite the same in the sense that we have an extra line break in there. So what we're actually going to do is line breaks BR. And that is a break, and that's going to turn every line break into its own proper line break using HTML, and there it is. Next on the list of things to tackle is my story. This is actually supposed to be my blog, all blog posts, yada yada. It's supposed to have some blog posts in there. This adds a little bit of context to our page. This is where we start actually working with a little more Wagtail stuff, a little more Django stuff, rather than just templates. So let's go back into our project. This is the original code again. My story, all post, category, yada yada yada. Fantastic. What we're gonna do is copy all that, and then we're gonna place it again somewhere where we're comfortable, usually right below the section we were just working on. And at the top, I could probably hard code this section. This could be blog posts, all posts. This needs to be add link. We don't know what the blog link is going to be. Usually it's /blog. Sometimes we can hard code that, but if you don't want it to be blog, if you want it to be /news or something, if you ever want to change it in the future, you'd have to change this link, and that's just a world we don't want to live in. We want links to automatically update. So we're going to work on that in just a second. Assets, we know how to do this. Static, we've done this a lot. And then we are going to see that there's a pattern in here. That we have 3 blog posts, and they're all pretty similar, right? Padding top, padding bottom. There's a better way to do this with Tailwind, using gaps and grids and flexbox and all that stuff. We're not going to get into that right now. We're just going to use the template that we were given. Now, we need to be able to loop through blog posts in order to actually display them. So what we're going to do is in our home page, somewhere in here, we're just going to add some context. So def get context. That's not actually bad. I mean, we could theoretically do that too if we didn't have Django to help us with some shortcuts. But instead what we're going to do is we're going to say blog posts, and this is going to be blog page.objects.live.public .order by first published at, and yes, we're going to get the last 3. That was actually a very good guess by Copilot. Well done. And so we have this blog page in here, and this is all great and everything, but this is not quite going to work because we don't have blog pages yet. So we're going to say to do add blog pages. We'll come back to that in a future lesson. For right now, what we're going to do is 1, 2, 3. We're going to give it a list because this is essentially going to return a list at some point as well. We just want to make sure that our loop is going to work. So let's go in here and we're going to say for post in blog posts. Now, the reason I'm not using page dot field name, so I'm not using page dot blog post, is because context is extra. It's on top. So page is the model that we're accessing. Page.summary makes sense. Page.mystorycontent, totally okay, makes sense. Blog posts, well, it's not really written in the actual model. It's in a function, and so we're just going to add that, and it's not going to be page.blog posts. It's just going to be standard blog posts. So if you're new to context, that's a thing. What I'm going to do is simply end for, get rid of these. Actually, do I want to get rid of those? Maybe I do want padding top in there because I think that's pretty much the only difference, but we will find out. And if it's not, if I did mess that up, thankfully, we have the original document. Let's go ahead, do some indenting, refresh our page. And we've got blog post. The icon story did not show up. All blog posts is going to go to, you see at the bottom left, it says to do, add link. And these are going nowhere, so maybe we should add something in there as well. We're actually going to deal with this later. So instead of doing the work twice, what I'm going to show you is how to do this in the blog post lessons. So what we're going to do is eventually each section is going to be its own little template fragment, and we just have to include one line and we can change it everywhere across the entire website. That is a future problem. That is not a current problem for us right now. We just want to get this kind of set up, and our loop is working. It shows up 3 times. The icon story also did not show up, so we're going to do static because I missed that one. And the alt, you can add that in there if you'd like. Accessibility purposes, that's a good idea. So we've got blog posts and okay, cool, this is working. Now we're gonna come back to this again in a little bit. The last thing we need to add is my projects. And we're not gonna get into this one. This is gonna be for your homework a little bit later. It's gonna be very similar to the blog, but I'm gonna let you add your own little spice to it. So we're gonna copy this HTML from the original project. And that's right here. And it says my projects, and it's got all this stuff in here. So what I'm gonna do is just close that up, copy all of it, scroll on down to wherever I think it's gonna be best suited, paste it in there, and voila. Okay, so now I'm gonna let you fix up the icon, those icons as well. These links are gonna have to go somewhere at some point at the end of this little mini series. You're gonna have to do that. That's going to be your project. So essentially all we really wanted to do was get the base of this set up as much as we possibly can. We don't have blog posts yet, so we can't really do a whole lot, but we can get the template, we can get the styling set up so the site starts to actually look and feel like something. I think that's personally very important. It helps me feel like I'm actually getting something done. In the next lesson, we're going to learn how to add a blog, I guess a blog app, and we're going to start working on that blog as well so that we can fill this stuff in. That's just going to be the next step. It's the next missing piece, so let's just go and work on the next missing piece. When you're ready, I'll see you in that next lesson.